Yo, what's up? My name's Patrouski, and I'm going to try to tackle a kind of sensitive topic today. I'm going to do my best to do so. I appreciate any charitability, any polite patience in the comments, or just while watching the video. I appreciate if you do want to comment watching until the end of the video. I'll try to keep it short. I will try my best, but it is a pretty caveated, complicated topic. For the most part, it's going to involve a lot of boring philosophy, mumbo-jumbo, mostly social contract. And we'll get to it. But if you enjoyed today's video, if it's entertaining in the background while you shiny hunt or grind PokeMMO, that's the main thing I'm concerned about. Make sure to leave a like on it and subscribe. So, first things first, let's jump into it. Recently, someone left a comment on a video of mine saying this was in relation to, by the time this comes out, hopefully Johto's already out, and this isn't even an issue, but it might still be, and that's okay. Recently, I put out a video talking about how Johto isn't late yet, but people are saying it's late, and this was actually a video in defense of the devs, and I think people still took this as critique towards the devs, which I don't quite understand, because I think whenever you bring up game devs, people take it as a negative, which is kind of funny, because it's actually meant as a positive. I actually like staunchly support the PokeMMO devs, and the whole point of the video, or like I think it was a YouTube short, the whole point of the short was to be like, people are complaining too quickly, we shouldn't do this. If it ends up being too late though, that's when it becomes an issue, right? And they've set a deadline, or they've set a time frame, right? Now, people in the comments of that video are saying, oh, they didn't set a deadline, and that is true. They didn't set a deadline exact date, but they did say a general time frame, and they've already extended that deadline once. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the devs had spring. They announced at the time of making this video, I think a year ago, I think 11 months ago, it was in maybe it was October. It was a long time ago, like 8 to 12 months ago. They announced that Johto would be coming to PokeMMO in spring 2023. At the time of recording, it is currently July 11th. This probably won't come out like August or something. I'm super ahead on videos. But the time of, yeah, so spring's past, you know? Spring is well past. And people are still defending the devs on that, which I understand. I don't want people hating on the devs. I don't want people aggressively attacking the devs. I don't want people being rude to the devs. You know, I love the devs. They make the best game possible. They make the best Pokemon game. I could sit here for 8 minutes and just suck the devs off, but that's not what the point of the video is. The point of the video is it's okay to be disappointed respectfully at someone that you care about, or what's it called? Responding party, right? So it is okay. I can still have a positive view of the devs and still look at the devs and be like, you know what? You guys are awesome, but you did mess up here. I am disappointed that you guys, didn't meet your deadline that you set. And you did set a deadline. You put spring. They ended up changing the title of that forum post to Springish after spring had passed as sort of a joke, which I do respect. They kind of always make jabs and jokes at when they miss deadlines and stuff like that, which I respect. It's honestly a good way to go about it. It could get a little tiring at time. I could understand, like, if you're kind of sick of it, it gets less and less funny over time, but they are a small dev company, very, very small, like less than 8 people, 6 people, something like that. I don't know for sure, but they are a pretty small dev team, and I can only assume that they're underfunded and overworked. That's the most charitable things. But even then, even considering all those factors, when you set a deadline and you have paying customers, and you have not even that, but playing customers with their time, paying with their time, that's important. I didn't even say what the comment was. Let me preface that. What a terrible YouTuber I am. The comment that sparked all of this and made me want to start talking about this was, this is a free-to-play game. The devs don't owe you anything. And in a vacuum, that's true. So I want to talk about that. So in a vacuum, if we assume no history, nothing has happened. If we assume the PokeMMO devs created this game and it's like day 1, patch 1, right? Absolutely. No one owes anyone anything. But a developer and a player relationship is actually the same, I would argue, as a YouTuber and a viewer relationship. It should be 50-50. It should be, I make good content and you guys watch. If I don't make good content, please do not watch my videos. I always encourage that, because that will drive me to make better content, and that will, give me honest feedback. If the devs make bad content, don't play the game. If the devs make good content, play the game. Same relationship. Nobody owes anybody anything, but it should be 50-50, and it should be a healthy back and forth relationship. So what happens is, if the devs set a deadline and they don't meet it, they are no longer reaching their 50-50. The same way that if I were to announce a series, or if I were to do something and then call it off, or if I were to, you can be understanding and polite about that and be like, oh man, like, I was really looking forward to the series, but you know what? It's okay. That's not going to happen. But you could still say like, oh, but I'm disappointed. And like, this sucks, I'm kind of disappointed due to your like laziness or due to whatever, like it didn't work out. And I would have to sit there and be like, yeah, that's fair. 100%. You can't baby and coddle the devs and act like they're like infants, right? Like, I love them very much. They do a great job. And they get way too much hate. I would say that this is way too far in the other direction at the moment, so I don't want this to spark a bunch of discipline. It's really scary / never great to ask for more critiques of the devs, so they probably get too much. But at the same time, I see a lot of people just staunch, like, and I'm a staunch defender of them, but defending them to the point of like idiocracy. I don't know, like it just seems silly. Where you're saying like, oh, like, you're disrespecting all of the players that put time into this game. You're disrespecting all of the players that put money into this game. When you start saying things like, oh, they set a deadline and missed it, but that's okay. Like, that's when you're getting to levels of like, oh, okay, you're allowing them, like you're allowing them to engage in an unhealthy, non-50-50 relationship. It's actually healthier to say, I'm disappointed in you for not following through with this, but that's okay. We can fix it in the future. We can get better, right? It's not good for anybody once you start coddling someone like that and saying like, oh, it's okay. It's totally okay. You shouldn't feel bad at all. You shouldn't improve. You shouldn't do all this stuff, right? Getting, once again, a little too philosophical, a little too memey, but essentially I don't want people to overly compensate for the devs and sort of infantilize them and baby them. I don't like that. It really bothers me. Really silly. People put time into this game. A lot of people also only view value with money. That's once again a very funny thought process. When people say things like, this is a free game, they don't owe you anything. When people put time into this game, they don't owe you anything, but they owe you back the 50-50 that you're putting in, right? They owe you the bare minimum. The same way that if someone were to subscribe as a member to my YouTube channel or subscribe to my Twitch or my streams, right? There is this underlying social contract there. A lot of people may not be aware of it, but it is, right? That's a philosophy thing, is understanding social contract, and that gets really fucking annoying and simple and whatever, but everybody knows this. I'll just go ahead and talk on. There's an understanding that you are subscribing to support me and support my content. If I were to log in on the first of every month, collect all subs, and then just like log out, that'd be a huge dick move, right? Like if people were subbing to me and I wasn't supplying content, that would be really, really stupid and really bad and really messed up and really annoying. The same way that if the devs are having these players put a lot of time and money into the game and they're not really putting out the content or meeting the deadlines they set, that's not healthy and that's not okay. I don't know how this became. I don't even know why I'm making this video at this point. I don't know how this became a huge ramble. It's just funny to me. I don't know how someone can set a deadline, miss it, and then you defend them. Like it's okay. We're adults. We can all sit down and be disappointed at someone. We don't have to go yell at them. We don't have to go harass them. We don't have to give them death threats. But let us be disappointed. That is totally okay. And you invalidate every player's time, money, perspective, and you devalue people's care and interest into a topic or into a hobby when you do this. It's super disrespectful to the players. It's super cucky. You're kind of cucking yourself as a player for no reason if you do this, and I just don't get why. But maybe I'm being uncharitable. Maybe I'm missing something. Let me know in the comments your thoughts politely, please. All I ask, please, 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 politely, and charitability is key. I appreciate you guys watching. I don't even know if I'll make this video public. This kind of got unhinged, but I'll watch it back and make sure I'll double check everything to make sure my thoughts and everything are portrayed clearly. Maybe it'll be a member only video. I'm not sure. Thanks for watching. Like the video, subscribe, have a great day, and be nice to the devs, but it is also okay to be disappointed if they miss a deadline. That's it. 2-minute video. Should have been. Peace.